Tierra Blanca Arts Center invites you to Semblanza 2020, October 17 and 18. Semblanza is a global virtual folk and dance festival with the participation of more than 20 countries, celebrating folk, art, tradition, and culture. Join us in our journey to Semblanza on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock and meet the directors and all the artists that are participating in this wonderful celebration. Semblanza 2020, presented by Tierra Blanca Arts Center.
Very good afternoon to everyone. And my name is Blanca Soto, founder and president of Tierra Blanca Arts Center. And we are very happy to be in our journey to Semblanza. And we will moving on with the international countries. And we're very honored to have here representatives from Serbia and Uganda. And we want to welcome also someone who is very dear to our heart, who is in charge of putting all these groups together, to get in touch with them, to make sure to follow up with them, whatever they need or what questions they might have for our festival, because it's going to be taking place, remember, October 17 and 18, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So remember, this is the time for you to share, to send to your friends, to tell everybody, this is going to be amazing. Come join us. This is great. So let's bring on board our beautiful señorita, Miss Grace Vega. She is our Tierra Blanca Arts Center Talent Coordinator in Semblanza 2020 and 2021. Hi, Miss Grace.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yay! Sorry for wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I have a huge honor introducing to bringing on a returning team, which is great, and introducing for the first time a team from Uganda. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start from our team in Serbia. We have Director Christina, and I'm sorry, Christina, I cannot say your last name, but hopefully you can go ahead and correct that. And a little bit about Serbia is the Morobin Folk Ensemble, which was established in 1987 as an auxiliary organization at the St. George Serbian Orthodox Church. They are from the area of San Diego. As ambassadors of Serbian culture and heritage, one of its main goals is to increase public awareness of folklore by presenting high-quality dance and vocal performances. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Christina.
Yay!
Hello. Yeah,
Thank you for being with us.
I'm really happy to be here. My last name can be a little tricky to pronounce, so it's Christina Ninkovic. But yes, so we are from San Diego, California. We represent Morava Folklore Ensemble, and we're very happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So let's welcome to our next guest, Ms. Grace.
Our next guest is Miss Proxkovia, or Precious, as many fondly call her, is a global child advocate and neuroscience nurse, and a social impactologist who strategically combines her nursing and social entrepreneurship background to prevent premature deaths in children and empower women, while coaching many to become philanthropic entrepreneurs and to serve and leave a legacy. She is the founder of the nonprofit organization Precious Kids Foundation, with a specific mission to treat, educate, and empower the underserved orphans, widows, and single mothers in rural communities of Uganda and across Africa. She spearheads free massive medical mission camps, treating thousands and providing free, rarely accessible medical care to those in rural, underserved African communities, while training many in entrepreneurship and economic development for self-sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Precious, let's welcome her.
Yay,
Thank you.
Precious.
Thank you. Thank you. Great honor to be here.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for being here. And finally joining us from Uganda. She is actually, it is 4 o'clock in the morning in Uganda right now, ladies and gentlemen. She is in Kampala, Uganda, and very grateful. We are very grateful that she's joining us. This is Damali Nankongo, and she is the administrator of Precious Kids Foundation, which is located in Kampala, Uganda, where she coordinates day-to-day activities and organizations. For the 18 years, she has served in various capacities as education officer, a member of the Board of Governors in the Kitala SS and government community schools, where she aided in establishing policies for the entire institute for 5 years, which led to its growth and development in greater heights academically and structurally. As a counselor, she has worked with young people in secondary schools under the Ministry of Education and Sports, where she has trained thousands of students, empowering them in vocational careers. Working with students in the arts, here's why Uganda's here. She has aided in talent development through music, dance, and drama, helping learners rediscover their inner self and abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Damali Nantongo, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
What a wonderful way to start, this Thursday evening with amazing ladies. We all women power, transforming the world through art, through music, through our culture. And we're going to start with you, Cristina, because even though you look so young, I can't believe it that you are already in charge of such a beautiful dance company. But I want you to share with us, living in California and not really, I don't know if you have ever gone to Serbia, but that's beautiful. But tell us, how do you start getting involved with your culture? And who is the one who planted the seed and the love for your folk?
It was actually my grandfather. So my great grandparents immigrated from Serbia in the early 1900s. And my grandfather was very active in his church community and within their folk community. He used to sing and he used to dance. And it was him who started it. And actually, about a year after he passed away, when I was about 11 or 12, my dad started to take me to the Serbian church here in San Diego. And I met the person who started Morava, which was Protanica Drašković in 1987. But I came in about 2000. And she got me to start dancing, and I have been dancing ever since. I have met some lifelong friends. I met my husband through dancing, and it's a great way to connect with your community. We have the privilege of having a wonderful dance group here in San Diego that has grown together. A lot of us have danced together since we were 12, and we continue dancing still today. And we have made numerous trips to Serbia. My first trip with the dance group was back in 2005. And our latest dance time we went as a group was in 2018, sorry. And my husband actually proposed to me while on stage in Belgrade, Serbia, in the middle of a dance. It was very surprising. It was actually my first big performance as director of Morava Folklore Ensemble. So it was really great because I got to be with all my friends and family who got to see that on stage. And I was really surprised. The dance group was really surprised. It was a wonderful way. But that was the last time our group was in Serbia, was 2018. We were trying to plan a trip, obviously, pre-COVID, but that got pushed aside. So hoping for either next year or the year after, we will be able to travel again to Serbia.
So, Cristina, I have a question. How the people in Serbia welcome that you guys from the United States go over there and perform their folk?
Well,
was that?
they actually really love it. We they have a lot of professional groups in Serbia, obviously, so they are kind of amazed that we keep this up on our own, really. And we only practice like once a week, but we've always had wonderful reception from many different groups throughout Serbia. You make wonderful connections that way, people we still keep in touch with. And they're just really happy to see that we love folklore as much as they do, and it's really great. We learn a lot of wonderful things from them, on how they do their programs. We get a lot of our costumes from Serbia, so they have put us in contact with a lot of people, and a lot of resources there. So I think it's a really good collaboration, and we've always had really good reception from the wonderful people in Serbia, and we're just happy to go back and visit. A lot of our dance group still has family over there, so it's always a wonderful time when we take a trip there.
That is so amazing. And I know that Miss Grace, you already have a list of questions. I don't want to take over all your questionnaire, but go ahead if you have a question for her.
You're doing well. Yeah, Christina, it is amazing that you look young, but with all your years, do you ever have like a pushback from any of, say, other for family who's not in your dance group, from family like you miss family gatherings, you miss all of that? Do you ever get any pushback and saying, why do you do this, why is it important? Can you tell us why is it important?
Yeah, every now and then someone will ask, like, oh, I can't believe you still dance. Like, it's kind of uncommon that our dance group is, in their 20s and 30s and has stayed together for so long. We're kind of a little bit of an anomaly here in the United States. That usually doesn't happen. There are a few groups here and there in Canada and in England and in Switzerland and Serbia that have older dancers. But usually here in the United States, once you hit like college, then most people have transitioned to other things in life. But so usually I just tell people, I mean, it's such a wonderful thing. You keep up with your friends. It's one time a week. We love doing it. I don't think it takes away from anything in my life. I think it just adds a beautiful cultural dynamic, and it's also a great way to stay in shape. And it's a great way for stress release, to be honest. I'm a nurse, and my husband's a nurse as well. And some nights and some days are really long. And it's just a wonderful way to kind of take a step back and to do something that's been a part of your culture for a long time. And you kind of like recenter and refocus on what's like important in life.
That is so amazing. And before we move on with Precious and Damalie, Damalie, did I pronounce right?
Yeah, Damalie.
Damalie, okay. Before we go to you, I just want to check with Christina. And I know that you just mentioned something that's so noble and so heroic in this moment, in these times, for being a nurse and your husband being also a nurse. Guess what? Miss Grace is a nurse too. I don't know if you knew that.
And Miss Precious is too.
Yeah, well, it's a whole bunch. And we got a whole bunch of nurses over here. It's a party.
It's on board, yes. Yes.
And then go ahead, Miss Grace.
No, I forgot when she mentioned it, going, oh my gosh, we're all nurses on here. And that's really awesome. So we're all caretakers, really. And it's not just that we're nurses, we do it because we're caretakers. And we do the cultural thing, also the arts and stuff, because we're caretakers, because we want to make sure that it goes out to everybody, and we create opportunities for anybody. And as nurses, that's what when somebody asked me, he goes, what is it that you do? Who are you? What is it? And you know what? It just boils down. I'm a caretaker. That's my goal in life. I love taking care of people, and taking care of people means this: reaching out, making all the talent coordination, or to give groups opportunity to be a part of something global. Obviously taking care of my patients. I mean, it's a thing. But it was true when she said, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. I was also a neuroscience nurse. we're all kind of nurses here, so that's really awesome. So wonderful, wonderful. So Miss Precious, I want you to go ahead and tell us a little bit about the Precious Kids Foundation, yourself, what brought you to, to create this wonderful organization, and how did you find Amali, who's awesome? That's from her bio. I'm thinking, wow, that's a great colleague to have.
She's my secret sauce. I'll definitely tell you that. She's my secret sauce. Three that are right in Uganda that are hands-on, what you call ground, that are directly working with the kids foundation that we have. So yeah, we have, it's called Precious Kids Foundation. We focus on child, especially orphans, and take them to school for skills development. And then we also help widows and single moms to be able to develop and skills for self-sustainability and to help have some entrepreneurship skills in them so that they can take care of themselves. You've heard of the saying, teach them how to fish. We're able to help many of them in that area. But in 2015, when my dad passed away, 3 months later, passes away, then about my grandmother passes away. So it was like back to back death that happened. And being a neuroscience RNs, as you know, they train you prevention is better than cure. So just dawned on that, and not even dawned on me. I more like a divine direction came on me, and it's like you've taken care of ones for about 10 years at 12 years time. What happened? What happened to the parent that caused the widow? And you go backwards, and then we try to prevent, so that we don't just take care, support them in their daily life, but actually prevent the increasing numbers from happening. So when that happened, after I went through the grieving process and all that of my immediate family, I ended up having like a divine search direction to be able to say, do massive medical missions, focus on preventative care, and make sure it's free of charge. Because you're going to find that when somebody doesn't have to take care of maybe food or their housing, they're going to buy the medication that they really need to actually save their lives. So that's what happened. And in 2018, we took like a team of 11. I worked with doctors in the hospital, and we just said, hey, do you want to come to Uganda and do a medical mission? And then I kept asking a few friends of mine, and we took a team of 11. And we opened up camp, like imagine maybe an acre worth of land, and put in different tents. It could be maybe depending on the location. Put in tents, and each tent is a specialty doctor. It can be a GYN, it can be a pediatrician, it could be even a nutritional doctor. It could be different doctors that come around, and we even dentists. We have people coming from one to the other, kind of like a play of doctors, if I may say, and they come in from one to the other, and we make sure it's free of charge, because we don't want anybody to be turned away for not paying. We don't want anybody not to want to come because they're like, I don't have the money, or I need to buy food, so I cannot the medicine that's needed. So we found out that in so doing, we have treated in 20 about 4,700 patients, and then in 2016 we treated about 5,000 patients. And our aim is at least 10% of that total, we have actually prevented a premature death. That means we have cut down on the massive numbers of the increasing numbers of orphans and increasing number of that is so massive, especially in Uganda. And we know that what happens in Uganda is a mirror of what. So we make sure that from one country to the other, our organization goes to different. So it's my passion to see that the people's lives are saved when the young ones, especially my heart is so much to kids, so that they're given a chance to live, they're given to become the operas of this world, the Obamas of this world. They're given a chance to live a life and impact other lives.
And I think one of the ways that
would be wonderful.
Yes, and one of the ways that it's also beautiful to see that you also set a program where the kids will find and through the art form a beautiful way to develop their souls.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the connections. And before, I know, Christina, if today is your first rehearsal, virtual rehearsal, going back, that you're pretty much ready. But before you, I know you need to go to your rehearsal. Can you share with us what is it that is the next number or the next project that Serbia, the Morava group is working on?
Yeah, so every year we try to learn at least one new split. So one new choreography is our goal. We have quite a few choreographies in our own history that we have collected. We also have some original choreographies that we pay for. So a lot of our own music we have paid for. We have the copyright for. We're allowed to like play it because we've bought certain choreographies, and we work with certain choreographers. Some, most of them have originated from Serbia, and they kind of branch out into North America, and we will learn from them. We have we've had about 2 guest choreographers come out in the last couple of years, and then we also work with another group that's in Serbia. Their group's Talia Art Company. They have sent us some of their dancers before too to help us with choreographies. But our next project is trying to see if we can get a choreography for later in this year. Everything's very different now with COVID. We've had started to do socially distanced practices, and we have to have masks and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to see how it goes, and we're hoping that as the year increases, we'll be able to get back to our normal. But in the meantime, we still want people to keep dancing. We don't want them to forget that muscle memory of those steps, and to just be a part of the community. It's a good thing for mental health. It's a good thing for their for people to feel like they're part of the community. So we're taking lots of extra safety precautions. As we've all said, I am a nurse. I'm very aware, but we have taken lots of social distancing and outside, and everyone's spread out. So it'll be different, but it'll be good to see everyone again.
And before you leave, please share with us your social media. How can people get in touch with this beautiful dance company? And just let us know where to follow you.
Yes, so we are on Facebook, Morava Folklore Ensemble, and we are also on Instagram. We are under the same name as Morava Folklore Ensemble. So those are our 2 social media things. And as we restart our season, because we've been very much on a hiatus for a little bit, we will slowly start advertising a bit more, so at least people can see a glimpse into how our practices are going to start being, and also just taking us a trip down memory lane of some of our wonderful past performances.
Just like that, please look for them on Facebook and Instagram. Get in touch and know more about this wonderful country of Serbia. They are participating on October 17 and 18 in Semblanza, and definitely you're going to have a taste of the beautiful culture. And I don't know if you want to add anything else, because I know you're pretty much ready to run to your rehearsal. So go ahead, please share with us.
Well, we just wanted to say thank you again for letting us be a part of Semblanza. This has been a wonderful thing that we have done in the past, and we're super glad to be doing it again. And I'm so happy that you were able to make it work, even with this new normal. It's great to see everyone bringing back their culture and their wonderful arts that link us together more than they divide us.
And also, you have found love through the
Yes.
art form and to the culture.
I always tell everyone, all people who are very cautious about starting in our group, I'm like, well, you could find yourself a husband or wife, so you can give it a try.
That's so beautiful. And please share with all of them thank you for being part of Semblanza 2020. And definitely you guys are welcome to join us, hopefully presential in 2021 at the Ricardo Montalban Theater in
21.
Yes, 2021. Yes.
So
Sounds
maybe
good.
you can go ahead and try out that new dance you guys are starting to rehearse.
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Okay,
thank
wonderful.
You guys so much.
Thank you for joining us, Christina. Thank you.
Okay, see, she's a dedicated dancer. So now let's go with Miss Demalie. Demalie? I hope I'm pronouncing
Yes.
it right. Yes. One of the things before, because I know Precious went and jumped for the nonprofit, which is beautiful, but I want people to know how and what makes such a beautiful woman to be serving their community, to give this service, to to your culture and to your people. So how were you born? Where were you born? How were you raised? And who planted the seed of giving the community? Or where do you learn to be such a wonderful and giving person? So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Damali, and I grew up from Uganda, from a small village called Chimwanyi. It's a small village, and we grew up with a lots of love around the family and relatives. In Africa, we have lots of people like Precious usually says that it takes a village to raise a child, and we were, taken care of with lots of relatives around and shown lots of love in the family. And from my early age, I loved to teach. I started teaching when I was in my early childhood. So I would teach my fellow kids when I was around 6 to 7. I would teach. So I would love to teach. And everything I would get, like any skill I would learn, I would love to pass it on to other children around me. So growing up like that, and then I got this feeling of, I would love to do art, both performance art and then the visual arts. The visual art I would love to do. I used to love to do lots of visual arts around, and then I used to encourage people, our kids around me, to venture into art. Here we have what you call the crafts, the local crafts around us. So people use their hands and they do things that are very productive. And then from that, I would go on to perform in church. I used to be a church girl growing up, and I used to love performing in church. So with my inner desire to teach, I ended up falling into the direction of working with young people. And then in that area, I started imparting these skills to these other little children around. So I have this inner passion to see the children develop skills, because all the children around us, they have skills which are not, they have talents which are not developed. So usually I find that under Precious Kids, it has given me the opportunity to be able to develop the talents of these young children. And I find it so exciting and so empowering when you see our children perform, and they get a sense of belonging, and then they find out they have value they can add to the people around. So it's been really very, very interesting for me embarking on this journey, working with Precious Kids and being able to serve the community around. As she told you earlier on, we do lots of community work, community interventions, where we go, we empower the young people, we teach, we educate, and we equip, and as well we treat the people in a community. But for me, basically, I'm so humbled and for the opportunity to be here and then to have our children perform, because it's so exciting and they are looking forward to having this great time.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
That is so beautiful. Are you the one who's putting the dances for them?
Am I the one? Beg
You're
your
the
pardon?
one who
Are you the
teaches-
choreographer?
We work as a team, and I do majorly in the costume designing. I help out in the costume designing, and as well as do some bit of the training. But we work as a team. We have other people around us we are working with. Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Well,
Yeah.
it was very beautiful to know a little more about you. Now, Miss Precious, you gotta tell us a little more about you. How did you grow up? Who's the one who planted the seed, beautiful seed of serving the community to make a beautiful transformation, and who came up with this idea to create this foundation?
I always go back to my roots as a Christian, and I say everything is divine connected, divine direction for me to do things like that. So, who came up with the idea? It was divinely connected to be able to say, let's reach out to those who are underserved. Let's reach out to those who feel unloved. Let's reach out to those who feel they don't belong. I've for some reason I've always been drawn to that. And when you show value to a human being, it's like a flower. When you water a flower, it blossoms. It blossoms beautifully, and then the people around it get to enjoy it. So it has been my delight to be able to see that happening in multiple, like for about what 12 years we've done that. And when we brought in the idea of music, I've noticed that in our culture, when I was younger, I used to do a lot of dancing, creative dancing, especially. And you find it's very healing, it's very liberating. And we found that in our culture, you find that dance is used for multiple expressions. It can be an entertainment, it can be a welcoming, like welcoming people who have come to see you. It can be a form of healing, when, especially in the population that we serve, when we brought in music and dance into the kids that we serve, you find that it's a form of healing. When you see them, they're just enjoying themselves and they're not thinking about anything else.
That's
So
right.
I found that it's actually a healing, but also an expression of love. When you see them, they're expressing to the people who are watching them, but also among themselves. So all of this is rooted in so many things, like you're pulling so many things together to actually create something beautiful. And Damali is the one who is on ground, and with a team that they've helped be able to, I want to say, blossom the kids into these beautiful kids that you're seeing dancing. So it's when you ask me where did it come from, it's a combination of so many things.
But how was your particular life experience? Were you born in Uganda and you came to live over here?
Yes, born and raised in Uganda. I've been in the US for about 20 years now, but I was born and
Oh,
raised in Uganda by a single mom. Every so often, I would kind of sneak away to go see my dad, and I knew he loved me. It's just that we were in a family of like 21 kids, so it's one of those things that you know he loves you, but you were not able to be with him, and it was a single family kind of a situation with my mom. But um growing up, I would say my mom shielded us, like a hen protects its chicks. So she shielded us from so many things that it didn't feel like we lacked a lot. Yet when you look on the outside, it's like, oh wow, yeah, we did lack, but she made us feel like, no, we have a lot, and we we had each other, we had her. So it became one of those. I've looked in my life that she has had multiple connections and multiple communities around her that have helped us be able to raise us to grow up. When we were growing up, we were connected to people now that I call aunties, that we're not necessarily related to, but this is mommy's sister, this is mommy's brother, and then those are the people that have helped.
no.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, my childhood is one. Everybody, like I keep saying it over and over again. It takes a village to raise a child. It
Yes.
takes a village to raise a child. So my childhood has been one that has multiple people that have put, I want to say, their hand upon me to say, okay, this is how you go. This, or maybe spanked me as well. It's like, yeah. But I am grateful. I'm grateful.
That is so wonderful. Now,
Yeah.
how did you already knew Damali, or you got in contact with her after you make the foundation? Or this
So
was for
right, Damali, I knew her like in 2006 through a mutual friend who is a teacher. And for some reason we kept just getting in touch and like, hey, I'm here, like, you're in touch. But because at that moment I wasn't running any organization, and neither did I know she's very much into kids. I mean, you want to see that the lioness in Damali say no to anything about her kids. That's when if you don't provide anything for her kids, then you'll see the lioness in her. But little did I know that she's very passionate about children. And when I started the organization, we would connect and be like, oh, I'm here if you need help, you know. And I remember sending her texts that we had like 2006 or 7, when we started connecting. And when we started the Kids Foundation, the Precious Kids Foundation, I reached out to her and it was like, well, I've been waiting, something like that, because she's always had that passion and she's reached out to me on multiple levels. So I knew her before we even had the Kids Foundation. So it was like the perfect match.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, Ms. Grace, if you have a question for them, but I want also Dali to share with us what is it like to work with your children and let's say in a certain dance, how the kids receive it and how do you work to have the costume, the choreography to build everything that you have to do with the kids in a dance, in one dance.
I beg your pardon?
So
Okay.
what is your process or how is it that you develop a choreography from the start to the finish, from choreography to music to costuming and performance? How is it that you go about that?
Okay.
And I think most important is what song do you decide to put to the children?
Okay.
You know, something very traditional or something more new. So what is it to put to the children to feel in touch with your roots?
Okay. Thank you so much. Basically, we've been running around things. When you look at the presentation we do with the kids, we do run around things, and we actually a Christian-based organization, whereby we do encourage the children to have the love of God. And then what we've been doing right now is that we've been developing our themes around our Christian values, moral values, and then the presentation is done in the vernacular, in the local dialect, where they do the presentation, and then the costumes are also related in a sense that the costumes that they put on, they reflect the culture, because we do not run away from our culture. We do appreciate our culture. We love our culture. We adore our culture as Ugandans. Because here in Uganda, our culture is very, very a fundamental part of our being. We have different cultures. We have diversity of cultures and different tribes. So every tribe has a kind of culture. So we borrow some of the attributes from different cultures. Sometimes the dressing, and we borrow the ideas from there, and then we put it together to suit our themes. And we during our presentations, you can see that our children really are very, very, very excited. They are very excited to bring out what they feel within, because we discover that these children have a lot of potential that we need to tap. And then when we go out and we reach out to them with love, and then we explore the inner self, we find that they are ready to bring out the best in them through their performance. And like we said, like CEO Precious said, that these children are mainly orphans, so they really need someone to cuddle them and bring them together to show them love. So these activities have been so empowering to them, very empowering to them. You find the sense of joy that radiates from within during this kind of activities, and they actually tend to kind of download all the stress that comes from their background, and they have a sense of belonging. So when you talk to these children one-on-one, you find that they are so proud of the organization, of Precious organization, because it's really so empowering to them. And for me personally, like she has already told you that I love children so much. The kids are a source of joy. Uh, like all these kids are a gift to us. And for one reason or the other, every child has a potential that needs to be tapped. to get them to develop what lies within. Yeah, so it's really a big thing that brings out development in because we have the little children, we have the teenagers that are great because our children are in phases. Because Precious Kids Organization is a very huge organization that has been taking care of different children at different stages. So during this performance, uh, we bring all the kids together and they kind of like share a lot, and it's been so exciting. I'm just looking forward to it. Yeah.
Wow, that is so
That's
beautiful because you also not just giving them a feed, how do you call it, a cure for their soul, but also for their spirit to understand the roots and to understand where this dance comes from. It's so beautiful. And I wanted to ask Precious, if you can share with us, if, I'm not sure if you have the chance to go to Uganda and take a look of the kids performance, to see them over there. Have you ever gone to see their performance?
My friends sometimes tease me and they say, which part of the world are you in right now? What? Because the GPS is broken at this point. The GPS is broken. Where are you? I go to Uganda frequently. I mean, sometimes even if it's like 4 days, I will take the plane and go for 4 days and come back.
Wow.
So to answer you, been there, and that's why whatever is happening in our world right now with coronavirus, I'm like, okay, sister Corona, please go. I need to go see my baby. I miss them. So I've been to Uganda multiple times. I stayed born and raised there, and you will find that maybe in a year I can go there like about 3 times. So there are times I take teams, medical teams, and we mix it between medical and entrepreneurs because after we treat them, we want to empower them, economic empowerment. So there are times I take teams, and there are times I go by myself for administrative work. And then sometimes we go there because we want some of the kids are medical. We have some who are specifically under medical treatment like chemotherapy, or some of them having surgical procedures. So I go there from that angle. So yes, I go there frequently. And one
And
of the
I'm
joys,
sure they love you, right? I'm sure all the girls and I don't know, they probably feel very much connected, and you almost like their aunt or their mom.
yeah, yeah, I have the honor of being called Madam Precious.
Oh, that is so nice.
So whenever we take teams, their medical teams, we have the kids come and entertain them, and you get to see the team members coming in and they are joining into the dance, and even if they don't know what it is, but they're just going with the flow. So it is a joy to see that. It's kind of like sharing. You've come to bless us, but we want to bless you too. It is.
Okay, so take us a little bit, Precious, take us a little bit about your foundation, about what is it. Uh, I know you have a facility over there in Uganda, and
Right.
what it provides, and how can people start getting connection with you and to be more involved and to help you? So
Right.
tell us a little bit more about what is it you need and what is it the foundation is doing right now for I know you're doing a lot of different programs. Just to whoever is here, they just enter, to recap on what you said about the foundation.
Right. Thank you. Um, uh, as a person, there's a terminology I've coined that says social impactology, meaning each one of us has the ability to impact another person's life. So in social impactology, we desire to have people with different talents, people with different skills. It could be, like I said, a doctor, medical personnel. It could be an entrepreneur. It could be a teacher. It could be somebody who has a desire to impact, to use their gift or their expertise to impact another person. So what we open to the what we have as an open invitation to the community is, do you have a gift, a talent, a desire to come and help another person? Because you're going to find out that each one of us, no matter where we are in life, in any stage of life, we were helped or impacted by another person. It could be a word of encouragement. It could be a hug. I remember one of the ladies that came with us in 2018. She's not a doctor. She's not a nurse. She's not anything medical or entrepreneur. But she just said, I just want to love on the kids. And we have a video of her giving hugs to 100 kids. She hugs them and tells them and speaks to them words of encouragement and words that let them know that they are loved and they are valued. That alone can take that child from wherever they are to however old they will become. So I encourage anybody who is viewing us, anybody who will be listening to us, whatever your gifts and talents are, we have a foundation, we have a platform, we have a place for you to come and express your love to society, because whatever you will impact the other person, it's like you're sowing a seed and it will have ripple effects. It will go and transform other worlds. You're going to find like people like maybe Mother Teresa, or I usually use the word, I don't know if you've heard of the movie, what do you call it, Miracle? I've forgotten. Make-A-Wish Foundation. I don't know if you've heard of Make-A-Wish Foundation. The main character, Frank Shankowitz, was taken on by a person who took him under his wings when his mother and father left town and they went away. So, but because that person instilled in him the desire to help other people, you're going to find that Frank Shankowitz has been able to help millions and millions of people through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So that is the power of impact. So anybody who is out there that desires to say, oh, what can I do? How can I help? Contacting us and saying you can. Right now, because of COVID, people cannot come over to Uganda, but we also say that people can serve because we are a non-profit donation based. Yes, we desire to have donations so that they help us do what we do, referrals, connections, grants, and people that want to be part of what we do and be able to reach out to other communities. So we definitely invite that.
Well, we share some of the work that your guys are doing over there, and it looks just amazing. And look at you with a beautiful smile and and sharing with all these children. And it's such a beautiful foundation. And I just want to share with the audience that is watching right now is to know more about your foundation. It's the Precious Kids Foundation.org. So it's very easy for you to you can enter, so you can also know more about the organization. And right here it has the button of knowing that donation button is right here. So it's very easy to get in touch with Precious Kids Foundation. So I just wanted to share your page with the audience.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So it's right here. Go ahead.
Well, I have really good news also. My daughter just sent a message, and you'll be able to see it in a little bit. She wants to go. She wants to go to Uganda. And she's like me, I want to cuddle the babies. But to tell you the truth, she's a teacher. Okay. She is a God servant teacher. And yeah, I could, when you're saying we just need people, I was thinking, oh, Blanca, let's go. I can serve administratively. I can do whatever medically. And then my daughter's like, I want to go. I want to go. You want somebody? And I could see her teaching dance over there. And like Damali, she has been teaching dance since she was age 14. And been holding, and she teaches the little ones, the 3-year-olds. They just love her. And she, yeah. So I can definitely see, hopefully, God willing, maybe next year, you'll have a couple of exactly. You'll have Blanca, myself, and it looks like my daughter on board, and we'll see if we'll take my son with me also. Yeah. For some muscle. Yeah, you want people? Well, we have people.
and make sure that we make it very entertaining. So it is a service, but we also believe in giving back to the people who come to serve us, because make sure we make it entertaining, and that you make it a family trip. Because these are memories you're going to create. You will never forget the impact you make when you make memories that serve another person.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's going to be great. I can actually envision that. So that'll be wonderful.
And guess what? Also treat it African safari.
Oh! Well, there we go, Blanca. Let's go.
You're
I
coming to
just want to
travel,
say
they'll treat you to an African safari, and you get to see the beauty of the country. Because one thing I always emphasize is whenever you go to serve, it's not that, oh, the poor this, the poor that, let me go help them and everything. Come and see the beauty of the country. Come and see the vibrance of the country. Come and see why they call it the pearl of Africa. So there are many I mean, come and eat the pineapple of Uganda. Once you eat the pineapple of Uganda, you never go back. I will tell you that. I'm warning you ahead of time. Once you see that, you get to see the gorillas, you get to see the different animals, you get to
That's
enjoy
amazing.
it. Yeah. So it makes you also forget the idea of, oh, the poor kids, oh, this and this. No. Yes, are people in need? Yes.
Yes.
But their beauty in the
Yeah.
in them, is there beauty in their countries, there beauty in even their livelihoodness. Yes.
Yes.
So we want to experience that, because you'll never forget that.
That's beautiful. That's exciting. I think maybe after Semblanza next year, Blanca. After October, I think this would be a great treat to go.
Yeah.
The end of
but
October.
she needs to bring some of the girls to perform here.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm going,
Say
is
it
there
again.
a way we could get some of the girls to come over to perform? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. Because that's what we're doing. We are when we take them on world tours, we desire to show the world this, it is beyond just these kids are more than what their needs are. They are more than what their life circumstances have been. And then we show them to the world. They go into entertaining different countries. So yeah, we will definitely plan on having them here.
Yeah, and I
That's
wanted
just
to
wonderful.
I
Go ahead.
wanted to Miss Emily, because I know it's over there almost what is it, 5 o'clock in the morning, almost over there.
It's 4:55 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
I know. I was like, wake up, where's your alarm? She graciously
And she looks so beautiful, so fresh. Woke up at 2 in the morning to be with us.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see you people over here. And then also to add on what our CEO was talking about Uganda, our country is a very, very good country. It's a small country that is gifted by nature, and you love the landscape. The people are hospitable. People are so loving, and you love the country. We do encourage you to come over here. You'll have a great time. We have fruits. We have lots of fruits and lots of food in Uganda. So you need to come and taste. Yeah, it's a nice country. Yeah, you need to be here. Yeah, we
So
can't wait.
we'll definitely be in touch.
Can you imagine having or hosting Semblanza? I need to get the name. Pardon me for that. Hosting a Semblanza on the Nile River.
Oh,
of the Nile
wow.
River, right? And then having entertainment by the Ugandan team, and then you have the team from
Semblanza.
Semblanza, having the team from Semblanza coming in, and we have an entertainment recording on the River Nile, which is the longest river, and it starts all the way from Uganda, goes all the way into the Mediterranean. Now, I don't know what else people need to know, but I'm like, Uganda is a pearl of Africa for many reasons.
Oh my God,
Look
that's
at
so
that.
beautiful.
Beautiful. Look at 4 women planning.
Yep.
And now we're on the Nile River and
having dancing and
exactly. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
We're looks like we're coming to our end.
Yes.
And I was going to ask, for any last thoughts, any last you want to leave with us. But Ms. Blanca, were you going to say something?
Damalika, you want to go first?
Thank you so much. Uganda, I would like also people to get to have a glimpse about what Uganda is all about. It's a country that has over 56 tribes, and every tribe has culture. So it's reflecting different kind of traditional dances, different kinds of culture in terms of the attires we put on. It's a diversity of different cultures. When you look at Uganda as a whole, it's so rich in a sense that we still have the kingship that whereby people are still governed under their kingdoms. So you find that every kingdom, every tribe is associated to a kingdom, and every kingdom has a kind of culture, a traditional culture that it reflects. So it's, I mean, it's something which is very wonderful to come and find out by yourself. We can, because it's a blend of different cultures, a blend of different traditional dances, very exciting dances. You need to be here and test what Uganda is all about, because it's very, very interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I'll get better than that. Yeah, thank you, ladies, for having us. I know very well and strongly believe in it that dance and music. Personally, I do sing, and dance and music is one of those expressions that once you, it's kind
So
of
you
like, you
mean you sing and you're not gonna sing a little bit for us? Oh,
know, at the right time we will. But
okay.
that those things that once you express it, you're transmitting it to another person, and it melts the other person, even if they've been through a lot of challenges or anything like that. What you give to them through dance and music, it actually melts them. It transmits them into another world, and it helps them forget everything else that's happening. So thank you, ladies, for having this kind of platform and having different cultures. And I know I've connected you to some African countries, but I want us to have this spread all over Africa, so that everybody gets to test the different cultures in Africa. All right. So I am very grateful for this kind of platform. Very grateful.
Wait, thank you. And I just want to share with you some of the comments. Amanda says, me, I want to cuddle the baby. So
Hey.
she's ready to go here. And Carla comment, Carla Silva, she's the beautiful person who put us in touch with you. He says, greeting from Torreon, Mexico. So happy to see extraordinary talented people, promoters of culture, unity together. My heart is singing.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And
mine.
then she said, I'm at the airport and about to board the airplane. Abrazos. And Claudia Diaz, she says, hello, welcome to Semblanza, Serbia and Uganda. And Gerardo, I know he's in Mexico City, says, welcome to Semblanza. So we are very happy and thrilled to know you, and also to know the amazing people that are transforming the world in a good way. You know, the people that we know, that the music, folk, and dance, and we have a hashtag. It says "Kill the virus, not the culture." And I
Yeah.
think one of right. Let's
That.
not forget about the culture. I think after all this, you know, in a new way that we're coming out, our culture, our roots, our music is going to purify our souls, and it's going to make us better human beings for the new planet that is
Yes.
awaiting for us,
Yes.
right? So thank you so much. And once again, Miss Grace, thank you for being with us. I don't know if you have one last thought before we leave. Wait, hold on one second. Let me open your mic. There you go. Go ahead.
I would like to I would thank I would like to thank God for the connection that we had with Precious Kids Foundation. It's been very soul filling to know that you will be a part of Semblanza and that we have this connection, and that I can see that we can carry on in the future. It's very exciting. I wish the very, very best for all of you and everything that you do. And I just look forward to working with you. And Ms. Damali, I don't know if you're going to start your day now or you're going to go back to bed. But thank you so much for your sacrifice, for being here with us, and for all that you do, for pouring your heart into those children and leaving your legacy in each one of them. That's just beautiful. And Miss Precious, for having the passion to do it. And like I said, it's all, I don't know why it came to you, but I feel the same way many times. Blanca found me and connected with me somehow that same way. She saw something in me, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so it's been great. So thank you so much. Happy evening to everybody, and a very good morning to Ms. Damali.
Yeah, allow me
Thank you.
A friend.
And for everybody who joined us, thank you so very much. It's been a very exciting evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Miss Precious. I know you want to say something. Go ahead.
No, allow me to say an extra thank you to Carla. Carla is the one who connected.
Yes.
And she's my sister friend. I call her my sister friend, and who is the one who reached out and she's like, "You need to be part of this." I'm like, yeah, you need to be part of this. And then next thing you know, we're putting on the kids together, and even just telling the kids about this program and putting the dances together, they were excited to do it. So I want to say her for that.
Yeah, just to let you know, it's 21 countries, well, actually 22 countries are participating, and we're very excited because there is a way that everybody's going to share on Facebook and everybody's going to share on YouTube, so they can see you from everywhere in the world. So,
Right.
which is a beautiful thing. So people are going to get to know more about your organization, know more about the beautiful souls that you guys are, and how much you're transforming, and to see those kids performing, honestly, and I know Grace knows that there were tears in my eyes to see the kids, because I can see when they're dancing, everything else disappears,
Right.
Yeah.
and you get in touch with your soul, and you feel free, you feel happy. And thank you so much, Ms. Damalier, for putting such a beautiful, and let me tell you, you have such a beautiful, I love what you're wearing. Did
Yeah.
you make it? Did you make it before we leave? Did you make
Yes.
it?
Yes, I did. I did.
She did.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. I did. And all our children know how to make beads.
Ah,
Yeah.
also the colors in your
Yeah.
dress are so beautiful.
Yeah.
The colors and your dress. Let me see. I can. Maybe you can hear me better. Can you hear me better?
Hello?
Yeah, the colors in your dress are so beautiful, very bright, vivid. Yes. All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, señorita, so we're gonna say goodbye, and we're gonna say Viva Uganda. That's what we say for each country this year. Okay.
And you call it Uganda? I think you say
Okay.
you call it Uganda, and we call it Uganda.
Or
Uganda.
Okay, we say
Okay.
Uganda. Very good. So we say Viva Uganda.
Yes.
Is that right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I say Viva Uganda, everybody says Viva, and we're leaving. Okay, with that, because it's about culture and it's about the love that we have for our roots. So thank you so much for being with us. Y Viva Uganda!
Viva!
Ladies, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.